He does not hold back when it comes to his criticism of Europe, and he is considered revolutionary by many for his idea to transform the global economic order. Slavoj Zizek is a straight-talking philosopher. We meet here in Ljubljana, Slovenia, and he is my guest in the global conversation. Slavoj Zizek, according to you, globalization is one of the primary sources of the current migration crisis.
I think that the other side of globalization is the rise of new invisible walls. We have unemployed, we have precarious workers. Even here in Slovenia, I read somewhere, almost half of the workers already work only precariously. You have failed countries, you have those who live in slums who are excluded. So it's no longer the old clear class distinction. It's a much more vague distinction between those who are enjoying a basic security, full civil rights, and so on, and those who are out. We need some transnational power to enforce more global decisions. Ecology cannot be safe. Migration cases cannot be safe without such mechanisms.
But the European Union should have been this kind of
That's the greatest tragedy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
what
underestimate...
It failed. They don't do that.
It failed, yes.
They are not doing that.
That's the tragedy of European Union. Europe doesn't know what it wants. We have basically today two Europes. One Europe is this Brussels technocratic Europe, and even they just want somehow to be part of the global market. They don't have a clear idea. Then we have anti-immigrant populist Europe. This, I think, is the true threat to Europe. I'm not really afraid of Muslim invasion. We will deal with that. I am really afraid of those who want to defend Europe today. Will Europe, where, for example, Le Pen is in power in France and so on, will this still be Europe that we all know and I hope love? Europe which still stands today for some emancipatory values, social security, equality, women's rights, and so on and so on.
Why should the Western weakened middle classes and also working classes join the struggle of impoverished masses from other continents?
You ask a very important open question which most of the left avoids, because when you say, but in some sense, ordinary people who are afraid of migrants, in some sense they have a point. If Europe totally opens itself to migrants, it's not the rich who will suffer. It's they who will have less jobs, lower salaries, probably, and so on and so on. So the only solution I think I can imagine is to make it clear or to articulate a kind of a shared struggle. So that the problem is not just this of humanitarianism, will we receive refugees or not? But the problem is that there is a certain rage in Europe, like the decline of welfare state and so on and so on. What those dissatisfied people in Europe, what bothers them is part of the same crisis imbalance of global capitalism. And this is absolutely crucial, that we somehow connect our struggles with their struggles. If we don't accept this, if we remain at this level, refugees are coming here, they are a burden and so on, then we are lost. We need transnational organisms able to make very strong decisions.
Yeah, with law enforcement capacity.
Absolutely. No, I don't have any problems here.
But the
this is why I mentioned.
But this is the European Union. It is rejected.
And that's why I'm still.
It is rejected. This idea, basically.
Yeah, and that's what makes me very sad. I mean, okay, it's rejected, but like, what's the alternative? I don't see the alternative, because if we renounce it and play the game of stronger nation states, like This is the idea in England.
But the problem there is not Brussels, it's the globalization.
That's what you said. That's why I wouldn't. I
The
totally
crisis
agree.
of a welfare state is not due to the...
That's very important what
It's
you
the
said now.
Brussels is the
of
adaptation.
Brussels, yes, the critics of Brussels often ignore how Brussels is not just this bad global bureaucracy. Brussels also imposes a certain minimal work standards and so on, maximum work hours and so on. So that's precisely why I still think the battle should be pursued within European Union.
Donald Trump, the phenomenon of Donald Trump. So the US is facing a kind of revolutionary